Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Come on, fellas.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Hunt. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On third down, Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
About it. And I feel like now you back to square one. And I just don't know, even from the spirits evaded you to, you was hitting me with Bible quotes. And I'm like, bro, what route is this dude going? Like, I don't know to this day what route you going. All I know is, can you hear me? Okay, I just gotta make sure, because I can't.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You wanted to be hated. Like, you wanted a reason for people to hate you. And I feel like even down to the little Facebook thing, little YouTube thing, I was like, bro, like, that means even talking to your parents. It was like, bro, there's nothing that I could do. A lot of times I'm supposed to be your parents up into, back when the last time I spoke to them,
Christmas? They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what
I called them a lot of times,
to really hurt their
just
performance
asking for
and
updates.
down their production.
And I want to say last time I spoke to them,
this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
It had to be
a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned
I was just trying to figure out, like, how was another grade going and stuff like that. And a question I was asked, like, did you speak to me? And I was like, no,
these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
And they didn't know. Your mother sometimes felt like it was helpful.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And touchdown, Cleveland.
You have to understand
David
that
Njoku, his second touchdown on the season. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive.
A lot of times, what happens when demons are found is
extra point by Simon, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Sometimes there's sense for certain people to there was this guy that me and my Aunt Sandy knew. They say he's my cousin.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will
send this one away. But a lot of times we would be in his house, and a lot of times he would be speaking, and I'm like, cool.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Like, who is he talking to? A lot of times he would
wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
But I didn't know he was talking to the Spirit. And sometimes he would just say things like, yeah, I can hear you, yeah, I can hear you.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 27.
That's when I first learned the Spirit's been real.
Setting up to throw Flacco.
He's
going to air it out right away.
he would just do things. He would just do things that were evil.
Huge play there for
And God
Denver.
can really punish
44
him. Not saying that all
yards.
evil people have spirits,
So
they
now
don't.
then, the big play has them all the way inside the
But a
30
lot of
now.
times,
First
Satan
and
is
10.
after you
Flacco.
to
And he's
figure out
taken
what,
down. This will be a
do you know
Brown
right or wrong.
sack.
And I feel like for
Different
you at that
story
time,
this
you
time
know,
around. We had that huge
even when I was
gain,
asking you back
followed
then,
by a
when I was
sizable loss
preaching
here.
God's word and stuff like that, it was
So
like you didn't want
second
to
and
hear it.
long, you
And
got to
then
be
when you
careful
came
not to
out the
fall
other,
out of
a
field
lot of
goal
times when I
range.
try to talk to you and speak to you,
Now
a
the
lot of
young
times
man
you
who
want
was
to
a
sit
Pro
there and listen
Bowler
like
as
you
an
are now.
undrafted rookie. It's Phillip
Like,
Lindsay.
yeah, I
Inside
hear you.
the
What's
20
going on?
before he's brought
And I just feel like at the end of
down.
the
It's
day
a
that
pickup of 17 and a first
you
down.
fucking a lot of
Tremendous
things.
blocking by the interior of the offensive
And
line.
not
They
all
didn't
of
just
it's
gash
your
him there.
fault.
They blasted a
Sometimes,
gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle,
you
he
just
better
didn't
be
want to sit back and
giving him a
listen.
whole lot of credit,
Sometimes
thanking him for that
you
much
just didn't
space to
know
run
what
with.
you did. And sometimes it just felt like
Now
you were
he'll
just a
tuck it and
hook.
run. And he'll
Even down to
slide
the
down to
PK when I
avoid the
broke up,
tackle.
that's
He'll
when
get 10
Rock
there
was
all on his
starting.
own, but it'll be second
Like,
down.
that's when, at
Partner,
that
he was
moment
going
that
through
I
his
learned
progressions. Not
he
there,
did
not there.
everything
After
he
about the
wanted to
third
do.
one, he decided he better pull
Everything
it down and
that
run
was
for it.
possible, he
And he
did.
slides down and
And I
avoids
feel
the hit
like,
for good measure.
even down to the GTA
A
relationship.
first
and stuff
carry
like
for
that,
Samaje
but
Perine.
this
And the
dude
stop will
has
come
a whole
inside
heart,
the 5 at the 4.
that's never been
A gain
appreciated.
of 5, good enough for the
And
first
nothing
down.
like that. And I think
Defensively,
that's
here
why
you're
people
facing a top 5
overvalue
team in terms of
you
points scored in the NFL.
because
So when they're that high power,
as far
you
as
got
I
to
know,
find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points.
even sitting on
Fight
that
his
solid
way into the end zone for
and
a
like just
Bronco
sitting back
touchdown.
watching.
Royce Freeman. His
And
third touchdown
I
now
always
on
tell
the
this
year,
story
as his guys are on the
to my
board
other
here
people
in this first quarter. Extra point was hooking,
Then you
but he
got
does
robbed.
make it through. And we are
And
tied at
I
7.
sensed it, just didn't
Each
couldn't
team's had
confirm
it.
whether
Each
the
team
two
has
were
scored.
right.
7-7 here as the kicks
And
away.
I remember that day, like just sitting
That'll
back.
be taken in the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. Mayfield now from the 50. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Cleveland.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
He's coming. We got double up.
Alert, alert.
They'll try to run with Hunt. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield to throw it this time. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you 10
to get appreciating those moments. Not saying it'll last forever. No, nothing lasts forever, but I think at the same time that you have
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
2nd and 7. Flacco, and it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Temporarily for happiness because you're not used to anybody standing in life long term.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7.
I always say, like, even when you threw the Bible quote at me, I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Now you know God.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in Hampshire Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach. Jonathan Coach was standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Your story or whatnot. Just make it clear that you lost
first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were looking to go back to Gates, and now it's 2nd down.
You lost way too much.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back
so much
and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I'm out of it. And now I think that the problem is, right, we're going to do
escape, and he goes down.
You can't be taking medicine for the rest of
Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Of, like, when do you approach the situation about your mental health and stuff like that? Because I feel like you're way better than what you are.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
For some reason, like I There's been times when I'm like, alright, I'm going to get this dude.
Flacco off play action.
Cuts back or whatnot.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's
intercepted.
Picked off at the 19.
Text back or whatnot.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it. And potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
You might be getting tired of seeing me. Watch the safety creep. 40.
To pass, Flacco. Forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Flacco will take to the air again. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Flacco eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 81 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
First down, Browns.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
16 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
180. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Action. Check.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Good. 180.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down now, Hilliard. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Tight down. There you go.
Mayfield now. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Seibert's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Flacco. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. Finds his target. It's Gates. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. First and 10 here for Flacco. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Now Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Flacco. Screen pass to Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 19. A nice completion there by Joe Flacco, who's probably going to miss being able to play Cleveland twice a year. Gosh, in his 11 seasons as a starter in Baltimore, he was 17-3 against the Cleveland Browns, and now he'll try to get a victory in a Broncos uniform. Completes this one to Meredith. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 yards, good enough for a first. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, Flacco. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Miles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Flacco. And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Richardson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Operating off play action, Flacco. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Miles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, now this from 43. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Mayfield and his Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Now it's Lindsay, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Setting to throw. Flacco. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24. 80 weapons. Check 3, check 3. Sit. Hey, alert 33.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. From the 17, Flacco. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Watch twits. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Christian, grab it. 47's the mic. 47.
This is Hunt.
Let's go, defense.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Now Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. On first down, punt, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Browns, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.